to get a piece of document, right? And the system is slow. You can't trace back. Now, we had a problem in Red House in 1995, 96, 98, right? Where people document, hardcore document, I'm talking about document that was recorded in book, like wills, both paper, deed, right? That is how they used to record document and stamp it and give you a number. When you go, you apply for a copy of what is in the book. They had big corruption going on inside of it. People will, people deed, people both paper started to change. And they take all those documents and carry it into forensic and copy every one of those books and put it on computer. So when you go today, which is no longer the Red House, but the legal aid, the office by in Port Spain and St. James
Yeah,
Street, there where they
yeah,
had
the registrar, yeah,
the Attorney General office now.
yeah.
Everything fall under the Attorney General. You can go and apply for a copy of any document and you can get an electronic printout. And then sometime before you get them documents, you have to do a search. And you have to pay money to do a search. And there's a search clerk inside of it. And there's certain information you allow and certain information you not allow. Because the Attorney General, the way how he's structured right now, that only certain people can get information from inside it. So it's not like how it used to be before. And all of that is because of the corruption that was going on within the system in Trinidad. So the corruption in Trinidad is going on a very long time now. So when you talk about digitalization, now just now we're going to go cryptocurrency. And it calling, but it's not telling the people about what is this cryptocurrency about. So now later you might go to the bank and they'll just tell you, hey, you can't get no money. Because it's crypto now, you have to use your phone. That's why I think they build all them price smart and all them thing in the country. Because when they go cryptocurrency, you'll have to go with your phone into them places to buy. They're not telling the people why you think they had Pegasus from Israel come down to Trinidad and went through the system and take the data and send it. Rowley, they're not telling the people what they're doing. They're not telling the, enlightening the people as what is going on. They're just passing legislation and having people in a chaos in this country. That is what they're doing. So what they're doing in life office is creating more chaos. They're not putting a proper system and a proper standard. They're not thinking about what they're doing. They're not trying to ease the simple man, but they're only trying to bring pressure and put more laws and more burden on the people. And how the people running from here today, bringing out license office, check your car, check your insurance, check your inspection, and all these craziness they're doing. And who's suffering? Is the people and the... Right. The another point I hear was talking about justice. Right? Now, we have a right hand. We have a left hand. The right hand is the significance of love, mercy, and peace. The left hand is significant of justice and punishment. Now the right hand is there to temper the left hand, to control the left hand. So when you see administering justice, you use love, mercy, so that the justice that they're going to put out, it cannot be too harsh or too like if a person did a minor crime for stealing, you wouldn't penalize him for committing a crime of murder. So the justice system is balanced with mercy and love. In this country, that justice system gone out the window, right? They don't know what is justice. The legal system in this country, it have a big vacuum right now of employment for lawyers and businessmen who is being employed by the government and seeking government benefit under these different law firms and making it have an article right now, right, in TNT hardcore news where they say that the amount of billionaires that it have right now in this country, and most of them is lawyers and businessmen under this government, right? And the crime going to come when they're going to ask the investigation have to take place. So these people have to declare their asset and how they accumulate all these wealth, right? Because the normal earning cannot generate that amount of wealth that they have. So the corruption is there, and it is there for people to see. And the government is only concerned about this class of people, while the other 98% of people have to suffer. And they're making policy and putting things in place to pressure the people, so that the people, when they're done with them, they have no time to think about what is going on, because they have to run to get the car inspect, they have to run to see about the document, they have to run to see about this, and they have them running to and fro like chicken without head. And so the justice system, look at it. What's going on with armor, right? That is something very, very serious. But people just look at it, oh, it's just a minor thing he made. Look at what is going on with the president. This president that they appoint, is it not no way in line with the Constitution? Look at this next commissioner, right? Look at who they put in. How this crime in this country going to solve? This woman, and not no way, I don't believe she can bring this crime system under control. And why they're putting these people? What is the reason? What is the reality behind it? It's more to come, and what it is this key rowdy government is doing with this country. And people not opening their eyes. They have big, you see what Port of Spain is for? Port of Spain and Woodford Square is for the big carnival. For the thousands of people to go and jump up and jam. And most of them, they say they're Christian. Because they say there's a Christian holiday festival, right? And they don't want an Indian government, because they say the Indian government will worship idol. But most of them is Christian. Look what they're doing. And that is no way in the Christian teaching to go and jump up and ride naked. But that is what the country want. That is what the country like. They have no problem in this country. Right? Few people seeing what is going on, and a few people is complaining on what is going on. Right? And when the few people complain, like 104 highlight the corruption that is going on in detail and bringing it out. The other station, the other medias and them have a problem, because you're exposing them by you showing the light. Them darkness is revealing, and they don't like that, right? So the question is, where are we going from here? Are we going to allow this government to continue the next 2 years? Well, I'm telling you, if that's going to happen, what we see now is like smoke and mirror, my boy. And this is flip-flopping government. They're taking all the corruption and just flip-flopping it. You see what going? Listen to what's going on with Armour and he. And the law association quiet, because this law association is benefiting big time from the government, but they're not coming out and telling the people that, because how we getting all these new billionaire lawyers? They have a whole fleet of lawyers. The PNM have a whole fleet of lawyers that they have working for them inside the day, right? I call them, I forget the name. It have a name, let's call them. But anyhow, I just called to highlight a few things. I will call back at some other time again, Andy.
Thanks very much. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Thanks so much. All the lines are open. All the lines are open. Oh boy, all you know the numbers. Let me hear this here.
I want to commend the Honorable Minister of National Security, though, definitely earlier today, for his entire 45 minutes. He managed to stay awake, and I know that took a lot of effort.
Oh boy, let me hear.
Mr. President, reading this piecemeal, rushed, haphazard Firearms Amendment Bill 2022 brought to the Senate by this failed PNM government in an atmosphere of runaway crime, pain and fear in the hearts and minds of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, I am left asking myself, if Trinidad and Tobago is in fact a real place.
We're talking about whether Trinidad and Tobago is a real place. I wish, every time I read that, I wish they end up in Ukraine.
And I am not going to Ukraine. I, along with my UNC colleagues, will be right here fighting tooth and nail against the tyranny and oppressive nature of this PNM government until they are resoundingly removed from office by a united people. Satan, move, let we pass.
Oh boy, the man said for them to go Ukrainians. Hey, let me go to the lines. Rowley is here, Rowley.
Well, of course, what he has done as Prime Minister and holding the highest executive office in the country is demonstrate that Trinidad and Tobago is really not a real place.
So true.
Such an individual would have been excommunicated or jettisoned from the office of Prime Minister if Trinidad and Tobago was a real place. But of course, that illusion, that phantom, has been created by Rowley themselves. And we, the people who are real, will now have to, of course, make certain that they no longer enjoy that level of dotishness that they perpetrate on the people and the evil that comes with it.
So truth, so truth. Again, so for all of you that are looking on Real Media TT, log back on to Real Media TT. Real Media TT now looking how it's supposed to. Yes, the numbers going back up. So here it is. Remember, they will have the first link that had shut down or was given trouble. So for those of you who now log back onto this new link that was sent, please share it with your contacts. Get back in contact with the people on YouTube and Facebook and however, because they might be trying back the old link and not the new link. Valerie, if you're listening, which you always do be listening, Valerie, my good friend Richard deceased, I'm missing your husband, Richard and Valerie. If you'll organize and send back up that new link on WhatsApp, all those WhatsApp groups, so the people will get back the new link so they can lock on. Because we now crossing at 200 and something between the both. These hours is we all kind of force something people viewing. So we know there's something wrong. And by, well, I know around this hour we done hitting the 5 and the 600, 700 already. So let's share back the new link. Remember, only now get that new link. Share the new link. Send it to your contacts. Send it to WhatsApp. Send it on Facebook. Send the new link out, y'all. All of you that are look on to Real Media TT. Look how the numbers growing as I'm telling you all that. Share the link. Like, share, follow, send. Get people involved. Whereas we are up and doing nothing then. If it is we can get plenty people or 1 or 2 people or 5 people in our contacts to be able to lock on to the program to which you all lock on to. And you all, I sure you all could justify why you all lock on to the Ground Report in the morning. So send back out that new link. Real Media TT on Facebook. Real Media TT on YouTube. Share the new link. Let's go to the lines, Trinidad and Tobago. All the lines are open, eh? Morning, caller.
Hey, Andy, morning, Lennox.
Good morning.
Morning, my partner. Go ahead.
Yeah, me. I had a little argument with a girl yesterday. I never realized these people were there have no sense, you know. All I say is, we should call the election. Right? Because he must shut up the place. You know what she going to tell me? But the people had 2 years already to go again. Why they should call the election for Kamala to come back and thief? So she called for me that once Kamala come back there, they know Kamala will win the election. And she don't even know that what she says. So this is why this all-out effort is being made by the dissidents in the UNC and all and sundry to move Kamala from there. But they can't move Kamala, we know that. And job high, job low, they had to call the election because like I said yesterday, businessmen fed up that they had to leave their home and go somewhere to look for money. You agree that, Andy? They born and go here and this is where they make the home. Why they should leave here and go outside to look for money? So, the election will call just now, so let me concentrate and forget them and keep talking about Kamala. They're pushing Kamala to the rescue. Simple as that. Thanks, fellas.
Thank you very much. I agree with you 100% in between the two parties, Kamala Persad, Bisesa, if it go. But I don't want all you to only push Kamala Persad, Bisesa. All you have to push all you too. Pushing Kamala Persad, Bisesa alone. And all you not pushing all yourselves and having that confidence in all yourselves will create that vacuum and that problem. So yes, while you all pushing Kamala Persad, Bisesa, which is totally better than Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, push yourself. What you want? What you intend to do? How you want your education system in the country? How you want your transport system? How you want your healthcare system? So firstly, we had to push we we the people that again we head and change the culture. That the power is we the people. And so long as we the people want something, whether it's Kamla Prasad Bisesa, whether it's Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, whether it's the devil and all, we will only get served to us what we want. That's why the government, this PNM government, hitting we hard, because they are a reflection of us. Plenty of we with bad mind, or we the stink. Promote and get confidence in yourselves first, because you all are the government, and Kamla Prasad Bisesa will play a key role in working for you, and governing for you, and governing for you the people who are the government. Now we get this thing twisted. We don't have to pay for no Rowley, we don't have to pay for no Kamala, we don't have to do this, do that, do that. It's we the people that have to deal with we. And if we getting we house it together, but we wanting what we want as good governance, and putting somebody with a noble head as Kamla Prasad Bisesa there, yes, as her, well then we know we will get what we want. But Rowley point here, we can't get what we want. He don't want to hear nobody buffing people. When you talk to you, telling you shut your mouth. When you talk to you, telling you he had to be listening to this foolishness. Rowley's a dog, plain talk, bad manners.
And I have to listen to that foolishness.
You see, I tell all that how the man is, and now talk something about the man. And hear him already. Hear him already. Hear him.
And I have to listen to that foolishness.
Rowley, shut him out.
And I have to listen to that foolishness.
Why is a bully?
And I have to listen to that foolishness.
Why you only like the rich people alone and not the poor?
And I have to listen to that foolishness.
Why not even say PNM people could talk to you? Nobody could talk to you.
And I have to listen to that foolishness.
Why you so abusive to women, especially the opposition leader? You're real abusive. Do you be abusive so to Sharon Rowley?
And I have to listen to that foolishness.
What?
And I have to listen to that foolishness. The people of Trinidad and Tobago are stupid.
That's why.
The people of Trinidad and Tobago are stupid.
That's why.
The people of Trinidad and Tobago are stupid. I represent 29,000 electors in Devon Martin West. I don't know one of them.
And most importantly, Trinidad and Tobago, I will to you all to listen to this here again and remember, put the confidence in yourselves first before man or woman. You all are the government, and whoever we put there goes there to serve us. They are working for us, not the other way around.
Why did your own former leader?
We must make the government work for the people rather than have the people work to keep a government in place. We must make the government work for the people rather than have the people work to keep a government in place.
Now put your hand on your hearts and repeat after the pit bull and sing that in your head, your minds, your hearts, your brain. Who have the power?
You must develop a sense of self-reliance. You must develop a sense of confidence. And you must know and remember that parliamentarians are your servants and that you are the lords of the land. And so I ask you to put your hand on your heart, every one of you, and shout after me, I am the government. Louder, I am the government.
I am the government. I am the government. We are, all of us. Now let's go to the lines. Yeah, Valerie, I see you thing my back there. So, yeah, resend it again, Valerie. It was down. It went down. I had to cut it and go back up because Facebook, all of them was lost. The numbers wasn't reading where it started to read now. Between the both, almost 400 and climbing. It's about 10 minutes ago I restart the live. Real Media TT on Facebook, Real Media TT on YouTube, Valerie. So just resend the live there for people, please now. So they have the correct link. Whereas they'll be going on the older link and not the newer link that is functional at this point in time, Valerie. Well, as I say, I know you're listening because you did respond. So handle that for your partner, Valerie. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's go to the line, Trinidad and Tobago. Let's go. Morning, caller.
Good morning, Andy, and Lennox, Cuff, and Mikey.
Good morning.
Morning.
You have
Morning.
talking about the system with the licensing office and other government institutions. Now, that is what I am looking for a deep or a proper care. Listen.
You're real breaking up there. You're real breaking up. Call, yeah, real bad. Mikey K. Oh, I think I heard him, man. A pleasant good morning to you.
Yeah, what's happening?
Go ahead.
Morning, my brother. Morning to you, Andy Pitbull Williams, my brother. Morning to you, Lennox Smith, and of course, Technical Director Cuff, and to all our avid listeners and those viewing on realmediatt.com. So please, the new link, as Andy said, it went down. So please share it. Share it once you get it. And a pleasant good morning, Valerie. Thank you so much. She's always there setting out these things and making sure people get on board. What's happening, my brothers? What's up?
Well, earlier on, we had an interview with Rafi bin Maraj, that great fella that have been doing all kind of work for the people there, trying to see if we could justify the government of Trinidad and Tobago moving us from manual to digital when it coming to the license office. But yet still it's all kind of painful money situation whereby people line up and they ain't getting in, and it's like that. It take a whole week in order to fix the thing up or to get inspection. When they go to the inspection place, the inspection people going up on their computer, they seeing your engine not matching up with this not matching up with that. They can't inspect you and all those different things. Your color saying different color to the color your car is. All of that, they want to send you. You have to organize, go pay for affidavits, 200, 150 to say, yeah, they my car, yeah, they my number, yeah, it was a mistake. And we know how to be paying for the mistakes that them people doing to us. So if them make the mistake, them hire the people, them have license officers, them take it from the manual book, them put it up on the computer. If it have problems, why we have to pay for it? And that is where it goes so far for the morning. Other than the 10-year-old, the girl that drowned, the 4-year-old girl that drowned, and I think a 10-year-old boy got shot in the face. And you know how the situation is going. Tobago recorded first murder sometime yesterday. You know where it's going, Mikey. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah. No, you're right. You know how it goes. I mean, you wake up one morning and you hear none of these things have taken place. Then you want to ask yourself something wrong, because I think we've grown quite accustomed to it. I mean, even immune to the amount of murders that take place. And as you said, the Sister Al recorded its first murder for the year. So I guess let's hope that wouldn't open something new. And stolen vehicles scam uncovered at licensing. You mentioned that new electronic system finds fake documents in hundreds. Transport Commissioner Clive Clark says for years these vehicles were being inspected, passed, and allowed to drive on the nation's roads. He said the division's new electronic system has been revealing these illegal transactions. So he said for years they've been getting through it. So in fact, you're so correct. That system itself was simply engulfed in so much bubble. And now that they're trying to get online, this is what they can say.
Right, so in real, Mikey, they really find a lot of inequities that took place and people who really and truly get the thing registered, however wrongfully, or they pay the money and all those different things. But within the new system, Lennox Smith read where Clark admit, Lennox Smith, did you not read where Clark admit of moving from the manual and whatever, and whereby now the people and all how to pay? So it's good that he want to highlight, trying to submerge or not to bring to the forefront as powerful as that one, whereby, yes, the new system, look, we catch people that register the vehicle thing, or T vehicles, or this or that. But what about he making and bringing to the front burner too, the new system also bringing havoc and pain and pressure to the average citizen too, whereby instead of an I they put a 1, instead there's a P vehicle they put a T, and they made their own errors too. And
Yeah, you're right. I think you also mentioned in terms of the typographical errors, duplicate chassis, and so many different things. You're right, where they should have put things in place, but these errors took place. I mean, you're right, Andy. Yeah, so that caused a serious problem now.
Well, problem.
And that is why we have been recommending that they suspend the entire process, give it a time frame to rectify, and having identified all of that, because it is a clear case of putting the cart before the horse, and the population must not be in a situation where Peter pay for Paul and Paul pay for all, and those who have done the right things must not find themselves being victim of a punitive system that ought to be dedicated. And since you can't find out who is culpable, then you should put a mechanism that will ease the frustration and give them the time to correct all of these things so that they could have a more efficient system.
Yeah. So you understand what's taking place. And again, it's all about keeping your eyes on your business people. I want to again commend the Ground Report team, Cuff, Andy, Lennox, and of course myself. Last week, of course, we brought the issue to the forefront about the Agricola Credit Union. Well, gentlemen, the people who went down there, and I want to say, hey, they really and truly was minding their business. The place was bombarded with calls. People went down, Tanti went down, Uncle, Granny, everybody went down to see, hey, what's the Ground Report talking about? Whether it is PNM, whether it is this, they had to go down because it's their business. Well, my friends, they have now replaced the people who apparently with the alleged coup had to step aside and allow the people that they pushed out to return. Now, that's not the end of it. That could never be the end of it. You can't just get something from the commissioner saying that they went contrary to the constitution of the credit union. This is wrong. And who were they guided by, and who it is that was given the mandate and the instructions for these things to take place? Whether it be Eastern Credit Union, we have Venture Credit Union, now of course Agricola Credit Union. Why do they want to get their hands on the assets of these poor people? People who simply been putting aside things for a little nest egg, when they get retired. Gentlemen, this thing is serious. Somebody wants to get their hands on the assets of these credit unions. So just saying now that they simply went contrary to the act, that is not enough. You people must have confidence in these institutions. It's people money you're talking about. So today you'll go back and you'll call and you'll go down and find out that the people who it is they pretend that they run it and they get rid of, they are back. So they are back at the helm of the institution. But you can't sweep this aside, gentlemen. You can't tell me three credit unions, basically the same issues. And this hasn't raised a red flag for the Minister of Finance. Nobody knows who's Jerome Chambers. Nobody knows if it is that his position was advertised. Who came in, who conducted the interviews, and who brought him there. What about some of the things he said in some of these meetings? And why does he have to bring up the name of a cabinet minister? Why? What's going on here? Why are these assets so attractive, and for whom? You have to get these questions answered.
And Mikey, when you raised that issue last week, it reminded me very distinctly of the poisonous tentacles of this administration in matters that traditionally would have been understood and accepted by the population. The Concordat, for example, they wanted to change up in such a way that the churches have less activity as far as determining who should be recruited in their system, and it may be and because the government wants to do it, it means therefore people who are committed to the faith, for example, may not be the ones that are available to teach in these institutions. Whilst accepting that it's these institutions, the faith-based institutions, educational institutions, that are performing much better than the government-run schools and institutions.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, Lennox. I mean, this thing is well designed. These things are not happening by accident. all of a sudden you could send out and say, listen, the bylaw 23 of the Agricola Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited states, no matters other than those on the agenda shall be discussed at any special general meeting, even though the majority of members present vote otherwise. And this may also be instructive for meetings of other statutory committees as well as joint committee meetings. So why were these people so confident? And on top of that, you have members of this credit union who are asking for loans and different services. And I guarantee you, this morning, here on the ground report, now that they have returned the former executive, the people who they tried to kick out, I am certain that when they start digging, you would see in that short space of time, since we brought this up on the program, how many loan applications were being processed. And on top of that, they need to tell us how many of these applications that were being processed in that short space of time had any relation to them, whether it was a cousin, whether it was a husband, whether it was a nephew. They need to tell us. Because these people who try to take over were of a certain age, they don't need these loans. But they were making sure and process it for who? On whose advice? On whose instructions? Who? Because they're pointing fingers at someone sitting in the cabinet. This thing is serious, gentlemen, in that short space of time. And I'm certain that when the major stakeholders, the members of Agricola, when they hear what is being exposed in that short space of time, they'll ask themselves, something had to be wrong here because I had something pending for so long. And look how fast they was able to fast track these things to try to give it to people perhaps that they know. Allegedly a friend, a cousin, some relative. It reeks.
So truth. So Trinidad and Tobago, the lines are open. The lines are open. The numbers to call 229-0251. That's 229-0251 or 239-5120. 239-5120. Or WhatsApp call us at 366-3053. 366-3053. The lines are open, Trinidad and Tobago. Morning caller, where you calling from? What's your contribution on the Going Report this morning?
Morning, Randy, Lennox, Mikey K, and Cup. I want to tell you about what is going on in the government service as per properties. Property was bought about a decade ago. 2 years now, trying to find the deed for it. Everywhere I have gone, from legal affairs, right now, the revenue office to get tax, income tax payment, land tax payment. Nothing can find. Nothing. 10 years ago, it was bought cash from a developer in a developed community, and nothing. What is going on? I don't know. Can anybody enlighten me?
Yeah, we do. You go call Lennox, but I feel you might be done lost that land. Somebody name might be done because you know die over this. Because you're looking for that. You can't find it because it's on somebody else's name.
All right. Well,
how much land is that? How much properties is that you're missing so far?
This is one concerning me.
Oh, that one. So that one property was concerning you. You ain't finding nothing on it.
Nothing. All right, nothing. No.
I ain't laughing at there, but laughing with how many people calling man telling me that the property is just disappearing. They did not see the property and the name, nothing again.
Yeah. Like they're sleeping, like they're living on the file. They're just gone.
Yes. So the correction is also in the offices, in the departments. There has to be some kind of underground thing going on. All right. Hello.
Yes, we are hearing you. You go ahead.
All right. May I ask Mr. Smith to call me, please?
Yes. I will. I intend to meet with you over the weekend. In fact, tomorrow.
Please. Tomorrow. Thank you. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me see if Smith will be able to find that paperwork. You gotta know. There is hidden paperwork. Gotta know.
Mr. Smith, let me tell you something. If you find that, you good magician. There's plenty more for you to do. Okay. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Yeah, but let me ask something. Mr. Smith is a poor fella. I just ask online, straight direct, I doesn't pour what in my mouth. And to go to a lawyer, to go to people to do that, they set up, people they set up come out with their money now. Smith don't charge nobody however. Without working again, him there to go and do their way, you have to get a car, you have to do this, you have to do that. Would you be giving the boy something for at least helping you out there or nothing for him? No, because if it's nothing, I go and tell him, boy, forget about that, you know, don't call nobody, you know.
But I'm not saying anything.
All right, you ain't gonna say nothing on. All right. But I hope that only not treating people like how Rowley treating this country, no. Everything for the rich, but nothing for the poor. And Smith is a poor fella, just like Andy Williams, just like Michael Kerr. We's poor people, eh?
Mr. Smith knows I'm a very poor person too, but he also knows that I do pay for whatever service rendered to me.
Very good. Yeah, I just throw that for other people out there too. They want help. The thing, oh God, Smith poor like all you, the Pitbull poor like all you, Mikey K poor like all you. So understand, in order for we to be able to do certain things for you all efficiently, people had to jump in the car, people had to make phone call, you know, people. All right, so let me know.
It takes gas, Andy.
Where the hell is it?
God don't run on wishful thinking, you know.
Yeah, I'd teach them, Mikey, don't be like Rowley. Don't only want to get Newsday, Express, all the papers and media houses that don't do for this for them what we just do. All the money. And when Smith come out, nothing for him. No. I back because he must be around for when he want to carry on an editorial too much. He going too deep into the news now. For me, they say, why? Not so much. Just read the first lines, the first set of lines, bap, and then we go to the next one. So he learned.
Yeah, only he and he must do it.
Let me go to the line. Say quick, Mikey. There we go.
Smith can't go deep, but Andy could go way.
Andy can go way below deep.
Immerse into that.
Yeah, but that's all right.
Who's on the outside, gentlemen?
Morning, caller.
Only because he in charge of the system, but one day I'll get like he.
Who's on the outside? Morning, welcome.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. I know a long time you all didn't hear this voice, but I am always locked on and listening and praying and loving you all for doing the excellent job that you all do every morning. God bless you all. But you know I had to call this morning? Yesterday I was going into Boyer Spain and I was in the car. And on the 6 o'clock news, I heard, I don't know if it's, I can't remember, I think Clark is his name, the man in charge of licensing office. That man came on the news and was reading the riot act to the population about having their cars in order because they are starting to inspect a thing from Monday and they are going to be charging people. Yeah, I said to myself, the people in this country who in authority, they have no shame, they have nothing about them. The roads in Trinidad are the worst that I think in the Caribbean or wherever. And this man coming telling the people they're going to charge them for Monday if their cars are not in good working order. And again, that is why you see, although you remember, you know, because I am so damn vexed with the people in this country. These people in this country, as I say over and over and over, like they don't know their rights and they don't stand up and unite and fight for everything. If everybody in this country who have cars, and it's thousands, would block every road, east, west, north, and south, and say, we are not going to accept any ticket or any charges for any defect on our cars until all you fix these roads. Look at the condition of these roads. You can't drive for 2 minutes unless you end up in a pothole, unless you have to be swaying something. The roads are in a mess, and these people have the nerve, the disrespect to be telling people from Monday your car had to be roadworthy. It have any road for cars to be worthy. Before they fix it, if the people would stand up and say, know something, yes, we are going to fix our cars. Yes, we want our cars in good working condition because it's for our safety. But we cannot afford to fix our cars, and the roads are mashing them up daily. Fix the roads, and then all you can talk about fixing the cars. But the people in this country, they don't stand up for anything. I listen to all you every morning and say, God bless all you. Because the other morning all were given some information, and nobody population would have had that information if it wasn't for the ground report. That is to tell you the importance of the ground report. Yeah? You know they get the Nobel Peace Prize, all you should be getting millions of dollars, all you should be getting the Oscars, everything for the work that you all are doing there. It's not something that people take lightly or that A lot of people don't like all, yeah, because they don't want to hear the truth. So gentlemen, you know, I am so upset with the people. The people, oh God, have you ever, any part of the world seen a country where everything is wrong and no consequences? Everybody doing what they want, when they want, how they want, and nobody is standing up and saying, no, this one must be charged, this one should be locked up. It's a free for all. This is a lawless society, and I am mad again, as I said, with the people, because the only people that fix this is we, the ordinary. Hello?
Yes, we are hearing you, Miss.
Yes. The only way this can fix is the ordinary people, the people on the ground that to fix it. Because the ones in authority, all of them is a set of bandits and crooks. All of them is a set of criminals. All of them have all kind of degree. But I tell you, I was saving toilet roll papers, the wrapping, because I want all of them to put their degree and the diplomas and everything on the toilet roll, paper roll. Because you know what? It is no use. You go to university and you get an education because you would come out here to be able to make the world a better place. Because you have the intelligence, you have the knowledge to know verse and chapter. So you go put this right and put this wrong. Instead of all of them, the majority of them, the better ones, all in all, yes, but the majority of them, all they want is a sort of money, and they are a set of crooks and bandits. They're making no use of the education they have. I said, yes, man, and I said, yes, man. You have, I'm so vexed this morning. You have a prime minister. You pick a president, everybody quiet. You have the speaker of the house doing what she wants, everybody quiet. Why somebody tell me, asking the question and can't get the answer? Why the people in Trinidad do not seem to know their right? Why nobody in this country not standing up and fight? The only way we can win this fight is when we unite and come out on these thousands and say we're not taking this. I hear a man called on the program the other day and saying he was coming somewhere and he burst his tire and his rim bent. Who is going to be responsible for that? Who is going to be responsible? In the heart of town, the other guy driving in the heart of town, one big pothole, and then this man coming and talking, and saying about you charge from Monday. What the hell wrong with these people in this country at all? Look now, people and before I go, let me tell you this one more thing. I heard Rowley on the TV the other night ranting that the corporation not doing the work because some drain behind the house, they ain't come and fix it. And because of that, the water undermined and went into his house. And his house have a big crack somewhere in the yard or somewhere in the house. I say yes. Look at the thousands of people's house that leaving, they falling apart. Nobody ain't care about that, but he come to complain about that. But let me tell all you this, fellas, as I say, God bless all you, Mr. Tanner Puna, Karanaj, Barack Paul, Santa Cruz, and Nunes, all those called. Bless all your heart, because all you realize I don't call, but I listen to all you, because you know what? I'm too vexed. Not a vexed with? I'm vexed with the people. And I say again, on how much time you going to tell them the same thing? The people don't know the rights. I heard a man call the morning and say they are nothing but a band of obedient slaves. I said about obedient slaves in this country. And that is why every day the country going down and down and down. And the government getting worse and worse and worse. And everybody is a free for all. Everybody doing what they want, when they want, how they want. Because you know why? They realize there are no consequences. And the only way we have consequences is the people. The people have to unite and come out in the thousands and the hundreds of thousands and tell this government enough is enough, or they are mashing up the country. Go all your way. And when you see that happen, that is when we will start to rise. Because, what was we can get? How much we can get? Look, gentlemen, God bless all of you, all the callers. God bless the Ground Report. Because, all you're doing an excellent job to save Trinidad and Tobago. Blessings, guys.
Thank you.
Oh boy, hey, and Kevin Williams. Again, Kevin Williams. Rest we on the Ground Report. Here why you are the rest we partner. At the end of the day, these three black brothers all they see on the Ground Report here is carry on this program for free. And we do carry on this program for free because our love for country. We don't be paid. We don't work for 104.7 More FM. 1. 2. If it is you want Lennox Smith to do something for you, just like if you have to go to the doctor and you want the doctor to do something for you, and they said to pay $100, $200 to see a doctor, If Lennox Smith have a profession and is good in what he does, and I come out saying, well, hey, at least only give the boy something, that is not being unprofessional. That is not being a beggar. That is letting everybody understand what you doing to Rede by that stupidness you're talking, Kevin Williams, is exactly what the government is doing to poor people. That everything must be for the well-to-dos and nothing but be for the average person. Simple. If only don't have no money to help the boy to get gas if you do something. If only don't have no money to pay, help the boy to get $20, $30 phone card for the boy to call people. What do I get for you? So Kevin Williams, he doing the work for you. He must take money out of his pocket. Get a phone card for you. Eh? You big fool. Put gas in the car to go and do your work. When he should just be keeping that money treated for himself and to do whatever he have to do to be able to see about himself and his family. So don't talk rubbish there like a slave master here for me at all. You Kevin Williams, the name just like mine. Williams is a slave name. I'm a inheritor of a slave name. Williams, Moore, and all those things. So don't do that at all. Don't do that at all. One, the fellas and them on this program contributing back to every one of you. Every day we get up. Nobody don't pay we a cent. We does this because this is what we love. We have a salary coming no way. So what, the boy must work for free? Go ahead, Mikey K.
I hear you loud and clear. I agree with you 100%, my brother. Honestly. But don't let this fella raise your pressure, my friend. Don't let him upset you. You know, I find it so amazing. When you listen to these PNM frequencies and you listen to their talk show hosts and their callers and what have you, for people whose party is in power, as you put it, for people whose party is in government, these are some of the most unhappy people that you're there. Very unhappy, very vile and venomous in their statement. How you could be so unhappy? Your party is in government. You should be telling us of all the accomplishments, everything that they have done to better the lives of the citizenry. But every day they're bitter. They're bitter. They're swelling up their face like they just come from the dentist. They're angry. Some of the most angriest people I ever met in Trinidad. For the longest period of time, I don't understand, Andy, for the last 7+ years, why these people are so angry? Why? And then this talk that you would hear about Kamala weak and Kamala should go. Well, if Kamala's so weak, why the PNM running from her? If Kamala's so weak, why didn't call the local government elections? If Kamala's so weak, why you had to take a year off to try to fix your house when you couldn't do it in the last 6+ years? If Kamala's so weak. And for those who are out there and have nothing good to say and you don't want to participate, fine. But try to make sense. It ain't adding up at all. When you hear somebody like Ramona say, you come and you ask where it is that you could start the work and you ain't get a reply. We're talking about if you reach on the site and you see a bunch of men mixing cement and you know you have to start work that day, we're going to ask for the shovel, pick up something. Start taking some bags of cement off the back of the truck. Start mixing, find water, do something, bring some gravel, grab a wheelbarrow. You don't have to ask nobody. It's work you come to work. You come to be committed and dedicated to put your shoulders to the wheel. Nobody had to beg you and invite you to come and do the right thing to save your country. So all who talking on the outside had nothing good to say. Them 3 fellas on the them 3 Negroes, it's the same 3 Negroes you want to leave Kamala and come with you. It's the same 3 Negroes you want to promote and sell you. It's the same 3 Negroes you want to use conveniently. You have nothing to offer. You're telling a man to leave this horse and go, so we're providing a coach, you're providing a whole stable, we're providing nothing. That you angry and your personal anger, your personal vendetta, the fact that you have an axe to grind with Kamala, you should not put us in that, that equation. We wasn't there when you had the falling out. And if you are led and driven by your ego and don't understand that at the end of the day, we all will have to suffer for the fact that we will do nothing to get rid of this PNM rowdy taxing line thieving government, then something is wrong with you. We don't need to hear from you. Your narrative is not necessary at all. We good without that. Kamala weak but Rowley running. Kamala ain't no good, but you still want to come in the party. You want to bar talk everything, don't put your shoulders to the wheel, and you want somebody to come and tell you what to do, and you must have a reserve position. And if you can't get that position, you just go against everything. We don't have time for that. Andy, don't study them people, they're angry.
Yeah, that issue.
They're angry. They don't even know the genesis of their anger. They can't let go. They're so obsessed with Kamala that it's eating away at them everything. Even their social DNA is evaporating because to us they are totally irrelevant. Forget them. We have work to do.
So you know that come like Mikey, it come like, you know, the gas station gives a service. When you go there, you get gas, you have to put out your money for that. You go to, whether you go to KFC, look, mass carnival coming there, you want the service to have a bikini and them costume them, you have to pay $3,000, $4,000, it has service for that. The doctor, it has service. Right. You go to the lawyer, it has service. You need the service of the people who does swear affidavits, commission of affidavits and all them. Everybody has service, however. And what I can understand is, if people asking Lennox Smith for a service, or Andy Williams for a service, or Mikey K for a service, why it is they don't have problems paying everybody else for the service they want? Kiss bread, kiss cake. When they want a cake for somebody's birthday, they pay for the service they want, that cake. Mark wherever they is the person age. When they want the bread, they kiss bread. Hey, we need the bread to eat in the morning. They want that service. They want something to eat. However it go. But when it coming to these street Creole inside of here, right? Why it is the service of us must be free?
Yeah, you're right. And that's the mindset of people, Andy. Most of the people who link to Agricola Credit Union is a set of PNM people, you know. You think one of them would be conscious enough to say, well, you know, I could have reached down there. They throw out the executive. There was a coup attempt inside there. I could have go down there morning and hear my money in there at all. But had it not been for them same three Creoles on the radio who opened my eyes and tell me, keep my eye on my business, watch my register, and I went down there to find out what they're saying was truth. And even to the point now with the same people they tried to get rid of, they had to bring them back because what they did was illegal, contrary to the act and the constitution of the credit union. You think they're conscious about that? They still keep the PNM party card and cost us night and day. That's how it is. But this is not what we're here for.
Yes.
Whether you like us or not, whether you appreciate us or not, we know what we are committed about. And we are committed and dedicated to it. Full stop. We're not falling short.
And them say
people,
them credit union people who's PNM supporters, they coming wrong after you come and you say technically save them. Them got them turn around to cost you in just a matter of time.
Of course. And I know they lack the political, social maturity to understand what we're saying. I know that because they're angry. The party in power, they're angry. The party in government, and they're angry. That alone can tell you.
The party in opposition, and they're angry.
You can't even celebrate with Rowley. I said, tell you how bad it is because they know there's nothing to celebrate. They know there's nothing. They know that for the fact that the party and the government does not exist. They know that because they can't even recognize their own party. The PNM that they are accustomed to, they can't recognize it. The players that calling all these shots, they can't recognize them. They're still asking where these people came from. But yet still they won't understand that, hey, they have the power to say enough is enough. And this has to be about country and not about the party. It can never be about just building the party and hiding your shame. They're angry. They're unhappy, Andy. You should hear them on the radio. They have nothing to celebrate. They're always bitter. It's always Kamala. And this one and Kamala, you could hear it. You could hear the anger, the venom in their voice. You could hear it. They're in government and they're unhappy because why? Because they know the party doesn't exist. They're panicking. One little picture of Jack Warner and they gone mad. They take the whole day to stretch that narrative. The whole day to stretch that narrative.
The real turn up that whole thing.
Because they have no confidence in their leader. They have no confidence in the prime minister. They know that. They know they're hanging on by a very, very slim thread. They know that. They know they're skating on political ice. You think they don't know that? They know that. That's why they have to defend with such anger. They have nothing to celebrate. They will come and talk every day, morning, noon, and night. Kamla, and absolutely nothing to say where Rowdy has done something to make their lives better. Not one of them. And it's so they're angry.
So true.
If it's in race, it's anger to divide, and that is all they know.
So
don't
true.
let them get you down, brother. Don't let them get you down. Who's on the outside, or we have some bills to pay?
Let me go pay the bills quick and come back. Right, well, you know how to operate. Right, when we come back, more right here on the ground with Port Trinidad and Tobago. We'll be back.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith. The Ground Report, the Ground Report.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago is not closing down Petrotrin.
The Ground Report, the Ground Report.
I would think that there's been very clear that all the employees of Petrotrin will exit the company. All.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
I reach. Are they ready to fetch?
Yeah, let me go. Only I'm real hungry.
Again?
I'm feeling for some tasty, tender Royal Castle chicken. I could smell a Royal Castle aroma now. The snack box, the chicken, fish, and veggie sandwich combos, the wing combo, king and queen buckets, fries, coleslaw, fresh salad, potato salad.
Alright. We hungry now.
Whoosh, we hungry now.
Welcome to Royal Castle's drive-thru.
Hi, good night. Give me a mega meal, please.
Coming up.
This Carnival, live with Royal Castle.
For your everyday gaming needs, get your eShop, PSN, Roblox, and Steam cards. Also get the latest PS5, PS4, Xbox, and Switch games. We have everyday specials, 2 for $500 on games for everyone. Shop online at sheltechelectronics.com and get even more discounts. Visit us at 11 to 13 Frederick Street, Capital Plaza, Port of Spain. Come to Sheltech for your everyday gaming needs.
Monarch on the Avenue presents a cultural experience 2023. You won't want to miss this. From Wednesday, 1st of February till Ash Wednesday. Showtime, 8 p.m. night. Join us as we celebrate the arts, culture, and history of Trinidad and Tobago. Special performances by top local artists, dancers, and more. Admission is free. For further information, call 744-5324 or 771-5617. Monarch on the Avenue.
Come home, it's all you need. A little bit of city in the country. Sangre Grande is the place to be. DG Homes gives you luxury. Affordable, brand new. DG Homes come shining through. Step into reality, a home of possibilities. Dreams come true, it could be you. DG Homes, modern, luxurious living for all.
Yeah, this is man Blackie. Every Thursday between 2 and 3 p.m. Big Yard Kaiso and Bacchanal with Dr. Hyde, Blackie, and 5-Star. Big show. Don't move. In the Big Yard Kaiso, 104.7 is his own station. That's Will Kaiso. Will that tune, Dr. Hyde.
Sensational Sammy, in collaboration with the Cipriani College Alumni, presents Bring It, the mother of all cooler fets, the sweetest cooler fets in the carnival. Pack your coolers, saddle up, and prepare for the showdown at sundown. Bring it, 5 p.m. Sunday, 12th February. We head to the Cipriani Labor College of Valsayn, Church of Roosevelt Highway, Valsayn, featuring live artists, a rhythm section, and of course, TNT, top DJs, and more.
Go tell me about work in the morning, unless we're talking hard.
Second tier tickets now available for $250. Get them now at Sensational Sammy Seafood Plus Arima, Bobby's Bar, Curep, Diamonds by Sarah, High Street San Fernando, Cipriani Labor College Valsain, and Sugar Box the Grand Bazaar right here at Guardian Building, St. Vincent Street, Port of Spain. Call 265-1172 or 771-9069. Bring it.
I come here for no stand up. I come to party with my hand up.
The Mother of All Cooler Fets, Sunday 12th February at Cipriani Labor College Valsain. Gates open from 5 p.m. Pack your coolers and bring it.
Shiny and Ari Restaurant, number 67, Western Main Road, St. James, opposite Standard. For breakfast daily, Monday to Sunday, from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. On the menu, sada roti, Friday, roast beef, pie, coffee, tea, Milo, vegetable pizza, pancakes with assorted vegetables. Lunch specials daily from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Chicken pilau, $25. Assorted lunch from $25 to $40. Soup specials and crab and dumpling. Delivery of food available. Dinner a la carte on the pavement from 6 p.m. until burgers, chicken sandwich, hot dogs, fries and chicken, nuggets, shrimp burger, gyros, and anything else you can think about. Call 382-9347 to place your orders 7 days a week.
Tuco says 2023 is the Calypso Revolution, and you can't have Calypso without Extempo. So is the National Extempo Prelims, Monday, 6 February, 7:30 p.m. at the Kaiso Hall of Fame, home of Kaiso House by the Soprano. Then Wednesday, 15th February, 7:30 p.m. at the Grandstand Queen's Park Savannah is Kaiso Rana Extempo Finals. 7 finalists challenge the Monarch for the title. Get your tickets now at all Tuco offices. It's the National Extempo Prelims, Monday, February 6th, and Kaiso Rama Extempo Finals, Wednesday, February 15th.
Cubs Bar and Lounge presents the Road Show, Soca and Shotty. The Road Show, February 11, 2023. Kickstart at 9 p.m. until admission free. Soca and Shotty. The Road Show, artists performing live. Eddie Charles, Yvonne, Tom Mikey, Snakey, Curls, plus so much more. Sponsored by Hunties, Harib, Angostura, and Blue Waters. Patch, Southern Main Road, Cura, Bar and Lawn present Road Show.
There's a new drink that's transforming what you expect from a beverage. U-Juice is 100% natural and has the power of red ginseng, turmeric, ginger, and the world's strongest antioxidant, astaxanthin. Your new favorite drink has arrived. U-Juice, en route to the ultimate you.
U-Juice. I'm on my drink, we got a natural boost.
Looking for good quality tires, wheels? The place to be. Racetrack Wheels. Recognized as the #1 wheel center in the Caribbean. Customer satisfaction at its best. We are the sole distributor for the top performing tires. Salem, Atrezzo, and Achilles tires. Truck and off-road tires also available. Over 2,000 different styles to choose from at our showroom. So come in and check us out today. Get your vehicle outfitted by the professionals. Racetrack Wheel. 3D computerized alignment, wheel balancing, and nitrogen services provided at all 3 locations. 330 Eastern Main Road, Aruca, 82 Bethany Road, Buku, Tobago, and 64 South Main Road, Chase Village. For further information, contact us at 642-1539-285-9168. You won't regret it. Better be safe than sorry, guys.
Digital banking, online, RBC. RBC banking, online, pay your bills anytime. With RBC, it's safe and easy. Send your money hassle-free. RBC.
RBC digital banking is so easy. Granny and Granddad can do it. Bank online anytime from the comfort of your home. Sign up for online banking or download the RBC Caribbean app and start banking the digital way.
Digital banking, online, you can bank at any time.
Visit rbc.com/Caribbean/bank at home.
At
At RBC, we know buying your new ride is a very personal experience with many decisions to make. That's why we leave the car choice to you and ask that you leave the rest to one of our RBC Auto Finance specialists, trained to provide sound advice and helpful solutions to make your dream car a reality. The RBC Auto Finance team is mobile, flexible, and will meet you almost anywhere. Visit rbc.com/lovemyride to connect with an RBC Auto Finance specialist in your area.
Whether you're looking for your first or new home or even using your existing home as equity, RBC understands that your journey to home ownership is unique and your mortgage financing should reflect that. That is why at RBC we have dedicated mortgage specialists that provide sound advice and helpful solutions to make your dream home a reality. Best of all, the RBC mortgage team is mobile, flexible, and will meet you almost anywhere. Visit rbc.com/take 60 seconds to connect with an RBC mortgage specialist.
Are you disappointed by astrologers and pundits? Then meet third-generational Pandit Narasimha. He uses traditional methods and gives solutions in problems like marriage, relationship, love, business, job, health, and removes all negativity, black magic, bad luck permanently. Specialist in reuniting with your ex. Call Pandit Narasimha 359-3939. That's 359-3939.
Looking to complete your home or business project? Well, the place is Michelin Hardware. We carry a large selection of roofing and plumbing supply, lumber, steel, water tanks, tools, and more. Get your sand, gravel, sand filled by the bag, yard or load. No one beats our prices. Visit us at M&R Building, number 97, Eastern Main Road, Aruka, or call 646-2144. WhatsApp 327-7761. Michelin Hardware.
6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Join Andy Williams, Michael Kerr, and Lennox Smith, the Ground Report team on M1047 as they rip apart the lies, half-truth, and misinformation that the mainstream media never discuss. The Ground Report. Hard-hitting, informative, undiluted, uncompromising, and unfiltered. Monday to Friday on M104.7 FM. Get the raw facts before making any life-changing decisions. Only on The Ground Report.
Disclaimer. More FM Limited, its owners and associates, accepts no responsibility for statements made by the talk show hosts or their guests. More FM Limited does not endorse any of the information provided during this commercially booked segment as the truth. That you have to judge for yourself. We, however, reserve the right to question statements made. But in this time of misinformation, government-controlled media, and corruption, it is sometimes hard to get the truth. But we must try. It is not our intention to discriminate or annoy anyone. We believe it is our constitutional right to free speech, to voice our opinion, and our duty to the population and country to expose the truth. More FM Limited takes no responsibility for the opinions of others.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
So we're back on the inside. 33 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock on this Friday, February 10th, 2023. Again, pleasant good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I know the Pitbull is behind the scenes. Let me say morning to you. Cuff, are you there? Yeah, we're still on. We are still on. Looking at today's, and of course today's Guardian. Somebody sent me this editorial. Coalition without substance, not the answer. The overture by United National Congress leader Kamla Persad-Bissessar to small parties for an alliance to contest the next general elections is sheer comic buffoonery, absurdity, which turns into tragedy. The Pulse 4 picture of Mrs. Persad-Bissessar and Mr. Jack Warner together again is the political farce of a kind which takes the electors for fools. All right. However unlikely this coming together may seem, though, it should be taken seriously. Quite interesting. And again, mainstream media, again, selling to us what it is that many of us are seeing. They spoke about the fact that Mr. Watson Duke of the Democratic Patriots said that he thanks, but no thanks. And that's the thing too, gentlemen, has been saying. If it is that they believe that the UNC is weak and Kamla Persad-Bissessar is weak and what have you, then why is it that the PNM is running from them? Why? And I think people need to understand the kind of sickness that's going on here, gentlemen. I mean, you have a prime minister who said in Napa at the 67th anniversary of the party that I don't want you for 1 minute to believe it is going to be plain sailing in Trinidad and Tobago. There are difficult times ahead, and we have to prepare to deal with those difficult times. And it is not everything that we are accustomed to that we can claim as an entitlement because circumstances change. And he said citizens have to be able to manage the change and survive within the changing environment. Then he comes after that, after all that doom and gloom, and says, listen, man, Dragon Gas, set, ready, we get permission, 2-year license. And many people have waited on this, including economists who say, listen, we can't understand how this thing is going to be worked out because Maduro has made it quite clear, I don't want anything else but money for my gas. I want money. I want liquid. I want money. Any form or fashion of that currency is fine. Once it is that it has value, I want money from a thing. No onions, no garlic, no humanitarian. I don't want that. I want money. So, after all that doom and gloom, here comes Dragon Deal, then missing file. So much of a distraction. So much of a distraction.
But Mike is incumbent on me that I mentioned that I interject in terms of the small parties. But before I go there, let me don't lose the trend that you have just enunciated, and that is Dr. Rowley, with respect to the Dragon Gas, also said it was a game changer, and therefore our circumstance ought to have, in a meteoric way, change, and suggesting that, telegraphing that. But then we heard that prior to 2015 as well, when he said that, of course, on the 8th of September, if your circumstances is
right.
the same. Yeah. So we know he's conflicted. Yeah.
Right, but the core point here is that, all right, we know an individual that cannot be trusted. We know that for a fact. But the mere fact that you could come with such confidence and be so bold to lay out these narratives, knowing quite well that is nothing but empty content, that has to be the mind of somebody who is very narcissistical in their thinking. I mean, think about it. You know for a fact that this thing here is not going to lift off. When you calculate all of these things and put it together, even if, let's say, the Republicans take the White House in 2024, you know quite well they're not going to continue with any such deal. This can't lift off. If somebody telling you go ahead and fly, knowing quite well you don't have the apparatus or anything at all to even glide, but go ahead, you go and do your thing. They're playing you for a fool.
For my criminalistic experience and teaching and learning, I can tell you that it is criminal. Because it is deliberate. That level of what one may call superficially bipolarism, or that level of schizophrenia, if you want to call it, is deliberate. He seemed to have a uncanny propensity to say things, not totally analyzing it and delivering, but saying it off the cuff simply because he never has intention to do what is correct, right, and proper, and decent, and legal for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. It's always about situational ethics, if you want to put it in a religious context. And that level of sincerity has marred and has, of course, been very pellucid throughout this man's administration, as a person, as a personality, as a character, as a prime minister, as one, of course, who has occupied the highest executive office in the country, and requires a certain moral and ethical and, of course, exemplary behavior that we have seen is only associated with the scum of the earth.
And that is the point, Lennox, and that is why the followers and members are so unhappy. They know exactly what they have, And I know it sickens them. It sickens them that they have to come and find some way or mean to defend that. That's why they can't be happy. That's why when they hear them on the radio.
They cannot be defended. No, they can't be. But on the question of small party, and the question of small party, I want to say to all of them, and I agree with you implicitly that it is seem to be a collective of individuals who are in a state of illusion or delusion, or cannot understand that Dr. Rowley no longer projects the argument that Kamala Persad-Bissessar has lost so many elections that she ought not to be at the helm of the UNC, because the reality is that he has now lost more elections than Kamala Persad-Bissessar. So notice that narrative has been ceased because, of course, he lost Tobago. The most recent, of course, is in Siparia, the by-elections there, but he lost Tobago. He lost the by-elections in Barataria. He lost the by-elections, of course, in Arima. He lost the local government corporation of Sangre Grande, and therefore that narrative has ceased. And of course, those persons who are from within and just outside of the party, having their own axe to grind, are mortally, really are afraid, just as Rowley, that the UNC under Kamala Persad-Bissessar is now on the ascendancy, and they are moving meteoric rather than just gingerly moving upwards. And that is a mortal fear for all of those who believe that if Kamala is not there, their political chances would be greater than if she's there. But she has demonstrated a level of management, a level of equity, a level of judgment that clearly has dwarfed anybody before, including, well, don't talk for this fella Rowley. He seemed to be always in a state of looking to try to resolve matters, try to, of course, do all kinds of what I consider to be trying to appease the people, largely because of the poor decisions that he would have made, including, of course, not only that of the Police Service Commission and his involvement, but the most recent with respect to this appointment of Attorney General, and is only because he is so embarrassed that he will not fire him, but eventually he will have to call an early election.
And that's right, Lennox. And again, that brings us right back to the point of why it is that they feel the way they feel. And one would think that there would be something to celebrate. I mean, here it is, your party is in government. They would be able to put things in place, implement things that is going to make our lives easier, better, and more productive. But they know quite well that is not the reality. Again, they're hanging on by just so much they're hanging on by, and they're skating on very thin political ice. So that's why they carry on the way they carry on. And then to have a leader and a prime minister come out and talk about the problem of the regional corporation in his area and some drain, and he had to dig in his pocket. Why? Only to try now to validate this introduction of property tax. That's where you're coming with. This is all about trying to say property tax.
Yes, that's right.
That is the kind of sick-minded individual we're dealing with. And that is why his own followers could never be happy, because they know it's wrong. They know quite well the reality has hit them a long time now, but only now it seems to be that they understand that people are not going to give up. We are not going to simply lie down and play dead. We are not going to lay down. We are not going to ride this out. Let me say good morning to the good folks who are working in Arima there in the House of Prayers Electronics by the dial. Yes, all the good staff members, everybody at the House of Prayers Electronics at the dial in Arima. If you could take some calls, time is running, and I know there are people on the outside who want to wait on this issue.
Can we? I'm hearing no response as yet. Can we make calls now? All right.
We could take some calls. I know some folks want to get on the inside.
Yes,
and
very desperately
before we head into the weekend. Again, a pleasant good morning to our CARICOM brothers and sisters, and even the sister Al Tobago. Good morning to you.
Yeah,
doom and gloom.
It's a government of damage control. I mean, over and over and over. And of course,
have absolutely no idea of generating any kind of revenue, no idea of trying to reignite the economy, no idea of bringing about jobs and opportunities. And your followers know that because they themselves are suffering. It could never be having a criteria where it is to be able to live in this country. It must be about collective suffering. We don't want to suffer. Regardless of your political affiliation, none of us wants to suffer. And we have to come to that reality. They have no plan. That little story about the whole regional corporation was just to say, hey, listen, if we had property tax, he wouldn't have to go and dig in his pocket, and we wouldn't have to go and look for money to do things. And this thing about mainstream media attacking any coalition, attacking Kamala, attacking UNC, is because they're panicking. If it is that Kamala has no relevancy whatsoever and she's not strong enough, then why are you running from her? Why are you taking the high road and running from her? And those of you who understand, you have to get in where you're fitting. Nobody is making space for you. Start taking cement off the back of the truck. Grab a shovel, get a wheelbarrow, and get to work. There's no reserve position for you. Whoever you think you are because you're academically inclined, that don't make you special. Every day we have soldiers out here who are UNC and proud, who are out there doing the work. And if you want to be a part of that, you need to start doing the work as well. Complaining is easy, but when it comes to building a nation, it takes true patriots. And that is why we are UNC and proud. Who we have on the outside? If you could get some numbers, please. Get some folks on the inside. And they want to get in.
Yeah, but it appears that we're having a challenge there. But I suppose we have to continue. But apart from discontinuing the narrative, the false narrative that Kamala lose too much elections, why she must discontinue. Apart from seizing that from the propaganda machinery of the PNM, it appears that also waning is the notion, is the projection, is the narrative that listen, PNM, even though with its tenuous and reducing majority in the parliament, only 22 seats down from 23, and pretending that it has this massive mandate, as was reflected in Dr. Rowley going to the parliament and unilaterally causing 3 additional seats to be instituted in Tobago. People are now seeing that it's really a lame duck administration, and that this projection that they got a massive mandate, a landslide, and acting as though he has a landslide, that too is becoming to be a reality, and a reality that the people, especially those sycophants and those persons who would be spokesperson for the PNM, are coming to the realization. So I suppose just their desperation, including of course the social media, trying to project an argument that the massive of the population, the majority of them, have already recognized, as we did when we of course had pushback 1, pushback 2, and pushback 3 and 4, and Tobago as a consequence voted overwhelmingly so that the PNM could only muster up 1 seat. I shudder to think what will happen in Trinidad, whether he waits until 2025 or he of course call an earlier elections, as the signs are indicating, having regard to all these road and other so-called goodies at our expense that he is now meting out to the people. So we wait and see. Can we get some calls in?
Oh boy. So here we go do Lennox. That we organize, we go open the lines. I know you always waiting on that.
Yes, we have just about 10 more minutes.
Yes. So Trinidad and Tobago, the lines are open. The numbers to call 229-0251, 229-0251, or 239-5120, 239-5120. Or give us a WhatsApp call at 366-3053, 366-3053. The lines are open, Trinidad and Tobago. Morning, caller.
Morning. Australians. What is really going on with the fuel now for the cars and vans? I went on the highway and buy gas. A diesel. And when I come home and I bounce my starter again, I only smelling pitch oil. I went in Unipet 3 times. That is a couple years ago. And I never buy fuel again in Unipet. It's the same thing. When your bunker start, all the smelling is pitch oil. And I went there in Ramco there and full up my tank last week. When I come home there, all the smelling is pitch oil coming out the exhaust. What is going on with the fuel? You walking in UV. All you take a sample and get and check it there. And all you expose it. What is going on? Don't you mashing up your engine? Pitch oil is mash up diesel engine. I know what that. All right.
Thank you very much. Oh boy. Let's go to the lines. Morning caller, we're calling from. What's your contribution on the Ground Report?
Good morning, Ground Report. Tuna Puna here, fellas. Andy, I want all those detractors of the UNC, Deviant Maraj, Fraud Khan, Ramona Rambial and them, to swallow their pride. Do like Jack Warner, because Jack Warner admitted that he went and helped PNM by meeting with Rowley to remove the partnership from government. That's one. Two, they were talking about this Kelvin Williams fella. You know, the term that they use for that, Andy, is consultancy. That when you're paying people for advice and whatnot, as in the case with Lennox and Mikey and yourself may give. I want them to recognize that the Attorney General, who is found wanting and lying and whatnot, to cover up all the lies and whatnot, they have been paying consultants, lawyers to represent them, to give them advice and whatnot. So let them be so arrogant and so ignorant. I want the Transport Commissioner to investigate that matter with Arawi and the transfer the car, because all this gimmick, you're running around. He's supposed to be charged, but you are doing that. But you want to put penalty and pressure on the poor people. And finally, Mikey. Hello, Mikey.
Go ahead, he's listening.
I want Mikey to answer this question, if it's possible. Seeing that Rowley mentioned about the problem that they don't have money for the regional corporation and whatnot, and trying to project this property tax and whatnot. Is it that they know the government is eyeing the credit unions who have a couple $1 billion, and they could rest their hand on that money by some means or the other, passing some legislation, whatever it is, and bringing the credit union under some framework that the government could get their hands on to get those sums of money, because they're bankrupt, as they say. And by so doing, what they could do now is this: maybe issue bonds to the people, the shareholders and them in a situation like that, because they don't have cash. And I am asking the question, is it that, because this is something I heard in but I never been contemplated, not now, but when they now come into power, because with all he said about borrowing, they was borrowing and thing, and they had their eyes on the credit union cooperative to see how they could get their hands on it. I want to hear your comment. Is this possible? Because I'm seeing that they do everything.
It's not that. It's not that. But I'll tell you exactly what took place with the meeting of several of the individuals. Well, we take some more calls because I know folks waiting to get on the inside. But before we wrap up, I'll make it as short as possible, and I'll tell you what's happening.
Next caller. All the lines are open, Trinidad and Tobago. Make your calls. Morning caller. Try to make it short and sweet. Oh boy, next caller. Morning.
Andy, I want that man who called a good while ago, tell him to take a walker and go and walk out all the senior citizens home. Go and clean it up for them and stop his nonsense.
Yes, thank you very much, ex-caller, morning caller. Where you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Listen to this. Some people feel the ground report is the Ministry of Information or what? Or the Ministry of Health or what? This lady with the land. Are you listening?
Yeah, we listening.
Hello?
Yeah, we listening.
The lady with the land.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
That lady wasn't going to give, the lady with the land, big man thing, wasn't going to give Smithy nothing, you know. For the hard work day. You have to travel, you have to put gas, you have to eat lunch, you have to make phone call. Time wasting. Good thing for Andy Williams. I said, well, Smithy, I'm working now, you know, you pass something now. That land almost lost and gone. The man going to strike the head, pick back your name on your deed dog. I like this 10% of the value of the land. Big man thing, seriously. Nothing's for free in this country. She with you or what? Eh? What you want? For free? Listen to this. Like, Andy, listen to this punishment license officer starts giving me now, boy. I went to do a change of engine in Arima last week. So, man, I know you have to get used to the 5 copy. I paid $100 2.5 years ago when this thing come out. The gold copy with the gold stamp TNT. Listen, TNT. When I go in there, the clerk tell me, she check my thing. She said, boss, this certified copy is over here. I said, ma'am, this thing is only, this is the new tamper-proof, fraud-proof certified copy. Nothing can run wrong. He said, listen, Mr. Gentleman, you have to get a new one, not older than a year. I said, but what the hell is this? I've not paid $100 for this thing 2.5 years ago. Dog. I have to go and get the next one. So I have to go and get another one. Come with this receipt for the engine. And then when it's done, I have to go and get another one with the new engine number. Why you doing them thing for, boy? Them gold, the gold copy is tamper-proof and fraud-proof, boy. What happened after all this was for the old self or what? Eh? Like wickedness of punishment they give really. And don't talk more inspection. Oh God, it's better dead than live in this country. This inspection, I think, is real freaking drama out there. And it's real drama. It's how people have to carry the grandchildren and thing, boy. The son and daughter walking, and the grandparents have to carry with the old car, boy. They're running down, boy, and getting a ticket, boy, for this chipping the windscreen, other chipping the ball. It's too much drama. It's better you're dead. All you're dead than live in this country, boy. It's too much stress. License officer, all you watchmen, all you wicked force, spite.
Morning caller.
Morning. Calling from Londonville.
Oh, Donnie, go ahead.
I Miss Woodbrook talk this morning, right? That woman touched my heart, boy. When you see people, them license officers come out this week to charge people, what does people go do, boy? What does people go really do? You understand? But you see, they gain this instruction from the minister. So you see, I wonder if how much people go grow some testicles and shut down the country, you know, when they end up in a big roadblock. You understand? Everybody had to pack up their vehicle and leave it there. Let me see my vehicle they go wreck. You understand? The country done hard already. That's what they could do to generate money. It was a great use to them. Rita, bro.
Thank you very much, Donnie. Oh boy, let's take the calls. Morning caller, where you calling from? What's your contribution this morning?
Morning. I have a question. Morning. I have a question. I want to find out, right, if it is you have a copy of your schedule for the vehicle inspection. And, you know, if it is the officers and them seeing you road, I want to know if you'll still be charged.
I really don't know, you know. Mikey, you know, Lennox?
If you have a schedule, no, I can't tell. I don't want to give you any wrong information.
Neither me. Yeah,
it all depends on what they're looking for. But if you have a schedule already,
Clive Nunez, you now get through.
What he asked,
but we have one more minute.
If you have a schedule, if you have a schedule and you're still driving, right? Will the license officers do anything as far as to write you up now, as the case may be?
Well, once you can prove it, because it appears from what the commissioner has said that appointments will be honored, and therefore an appointment is an appointment. So one expects that would be an extenuating circumstance that's supposed to relieve someone from any penalty that would otherwise be issued. Yeah.
In the interim. Hey, listen, we have a minute again. I just want to clear up something with Tunapuna. Now, what happened there, Andy, Lennox, and the listening public, is that they had a special meeting. And it's really a new network that they're trying to design. And this network is to counteract the 1% financiers. A certain individual that is sitting in cabinet, that is eyeing the big seat, is saying, listen, we are going to counteract these 1% financiers, and we will have our own money. Not only that, it will also be used to purchase prime real estate. That's why they're trying to get this financial network together. Now, there are people who oppose the individual because they say, we don't trust you because you've been saying that, but all we've seen is that whoever your child mother is or whoever make baby for you or whoever girl you're with, them only driving SUVs and living good life. And like you're coming like an African king because you're just setting up yourself alone and you're making us believe that this is a new paradigm here, a new shift that we're going to see, that we are going to have our financial power and the 1%ers can't come around us. So that is the problem that's taking place here. So the credit union assets are attractive, very attractive to certain individuals because of their own hidden agenda. And that is what's going on.
Wow, wow, wow. Oh boy, Kim, send me that message here. Wow, one there. Oh boy. Let me take a quick call. Oh boy. Morning caller.
Well, morning, gentlemen. It's one quick statement. I thought it was the case of the missing file, but it seemed like it is the case of the file. I do thank you.
Nice.
And Mikey, just to respond to you there, quickly.
You had to be short.
He said when he was attacking Manning, he said in the parliament that why must we sacrifice all of us for a few to, of course, go away with the ham, lamb, and jam. I suppose
we'll continue that.
We gotta continue that. Mikey inside is antics and how we introduce antics and how we to the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Hey, folks, they're here. Antics and Howie. The antics we know, the same antics.
What do I see there? Antics.
Antics himself?
Yes.
World renowned, the man internationally acclaimed. Well, we know Howie T is internationally acclaimed. He has traveled all over the world and performed for all kinds of individuals. Yeah, even in North Korea, where people are banned, he has been to North Korea. He's played for the president.
Howie T play all in North Korea?
Yeah, he went all over. North Korea, you name it. He's been there. Afghanistan, he's played all over the world. How he's a veteran, a veteran, 76 and still kicking strong with the best music. This is the man himself. So they are up next with the man antics. So prepare yourself, folks. Great music, great entertainment. Whatever you're looking for, your one-stop shop is More 104.7 FM. And they have a lot in store for you for Carnival 2023. So weekend is here. And let's hand it over to the man, Howie T.
Howie T and antics. You know when I see antics.
Only the ground report could do that.
Yeah, but me know he went all Afghanistan and played.
All over. And
yeah, only the ground report could do that.
All over.
He played for Kim Jong-un.
Wedding.
Mugabe wedding too?
Wow.
He played for Mugabe's wedding. He went all over the world.
Well, it's nice to start today, Howie T, with a smile.
No, I want to ask him how Kim Jong-un is.
Howie T, Lennox. Howie T, not Holly.
Howie, not Holly. Is he coming from you? I have to accept.
Howie.
Yes.
Yeah, coming from you, anything can happen. But coming from you, Mikey, anything can happen. You will say, but how far he went, Howie T?
All right, Trinidad and Tobago, as Michael Kerr said there. Oh boy, coming up next, antics, Howie T, veterans in the business. Two big DJs. After a hot head today, Friday, please God, don't switch your dial at all. Stay locked on to 104.7 More FM, where those brothers will keep your head cool. You will not want to commit suicide, which is against the law or against God's law and all. You'll just have to organize taking the good music of Howie T and antics right here on 104.7 till 12 noon today. Until Monday morning, please God, we are out of here. After the disclaimer, brothers, you all could go through.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Disclaimer. More FM Limited, its owners and associates, accepts no responsibility for statements made by the talk show hosts or their guests. More FM Limited does not endorse any of the information provided during this commercially booked segment as the truth. That you have to judge for yourself. We, however, reserve the right to question statements made. But in this time of misinformation, government-controlled media and corruption, it is sometimes hard to get the truth. But we must try. It is not our intention to discriminate or annoy anyone. We believe it is our constitutional right to free speech, to voice our opinion, and our duty to the population and country to expose the truth. More FM Limited takes no responsibility for the opinions of others.
Tiny and Ari Restaurant, number 67, Western Main Road, Gym, opposite Standard. For breakfast daily, Monday to Sunday, from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. On the menu, sada roti, Friday, roast beef, pie, coffee, tea, Milo, vegetable pizza, pancakes with assorted vegetables. Lunch specials daily from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Chicken pilau, $25. Assorted lunch from $25 to $40. Soup specials and crab and dumpling. Delivery of food available. Dinner a la carte on the pavement.